brought to you by Local Video Maggie.
Hi there, this is Kim, Hockey Mom RD, and today is the letter C. And I am talking about, yes, you guessed it, cereal. Cereal makes a great pre-fueling snack. In the 1 to 2 hour window, your skater needs about 200 calories and 50 grams of carbohydrates. And one small bowl of cereal, like what you see here in the green, with some low-fat milk, would make a great quick digesting carbohydrate snack with a little bit of protein coming from the milk. Then, if you are looking at a closer window time before skating, say in the 15 to 30 minute window, over in the left hand side of the screen you can see about a 3/4 cup of dry cereal, and that's all you would want to have, with about 7 to 10 ounces of water or a sports drink in that closer window, that 15 to 30 minute window before you take the ice. So there you have it. 2 different ways to use cereal depending on what time you need it. You want to make sure that you're choosing a low fiber cereal, such as Rice Krispies, Crispex, Corn Chex, or these corn flakes that I have right here. Make it a great day and happy skating. Keep coming back for more tips. Next up, the letter D.
Fast passes open gaps in the opponent's defense and create greater scoring opportunities. For this, precise passing is required. A lateral body position with slightly bended knees help to play a drag-it pass precisely. When receiving, the ball is taken in front of the body. Then the pace of the ball is absorbed with flexible hands. When passing the ball, the arms and hands follow through. For a direct pass, the ball is not trapped. It's directly played on. The ball is played closer to the body. Backhand passes are also used. The movement is identical to the forehand pass. The game situation determines the type and strength of the pass. The longer the distance between the players, the harder the ball must be played. To receive high passes, there are a variety of techniques, and the use of the stick or the body, without arms, hands and head, are brought in to help. The ball is slowed down with the blade prior to making contact with the floor. The ball is being controlled at the moment of floor contact. By covering the ball with the blade, the rebound is impeded. Raised passes can also be stopped with legs or feet. Higher passes will be stopped by the body. Let the ball drop off the upper body to the side to take immediate control. Many situations require a quick ball collection. In a short time, substantial space could be gained. If there's a defender close by, the ball is collected one-handed. The one-handed ball collection gives greater reach and makes getting away easier. Certain situations in a game do not allow flat passes. Lift the ball just high enough that your teammate can easily and safely take control of the ball. The pass should only be played high enough that a teammate can receive it without any difficulties. Fast breaks and wide transitions can be played using a lifted pass. The high passes, depending on the game situation, can be dragged or driven.
Yeah, you've probably never seen anything like this before, especially when it comes to young hockey players. Hi, this is Dennis Chighisola, a Coach Chic, and please let me explain that introduction a bit. You see, even though I've worked with lots of older players, I still respect the youngest ones a lot. I know they want to learn. In fact, most of them are dying to get better, and they usually love it when they're challenged in these ways. Now, you may have already seen the full-length version of this recruiting video featuring my grandson. There's little doubt that he can skate, and puck handle, and shoot. What you might not know is that he spent about 1/3 of his time during his earliest years training off the ice and on wheels. Actually, even I was pleasantly surprised many years ago when I initially started experimenting with inline training. And I found that those thick wheels are more stable than blades, so they give a young player a better chance at learning some difficult movements. Secondly, those wheels don't glide as easily as blades, so a youngster's stride is really strengthened as he or she attempts to move. Better yet, I've discovered that it's far easier to teach and to use tons of unique training devices away from the ice.
Extrapolate on this. This is just one stride. Think about what happens over 3 strides. when a player is driving to the net, or a defenseman has pivoted to go into the corner. Over 3 strides, this is almost a half a second. Over 3 strides, this isn't that much. Over 3 strides, this is a lot. Over 5 strides, that's a lot. That's the reason these players are slower. That's the reason these players are faster, because they can turn that skate into the push-off skate faster. Now, this is total recovery time. So this is the time their toe pushes off to the time the toe lands, blade flat, and then they push off, and they finish that whole cycle. They finish that whole cycle. Now, this is where it really gets interesting. Look at the differences here. 0.32, almost a half a second. Almost a half a second that it takes for their skate to push off, land, toe flat, push off, and then get ready for the next cycle, the next push off. So 1 stride is almost half a second. What happens over 3 strides with these slow players? Or conversely, what happens over 3 strides with the fast players? That's another reason that they are faster. This, you could time these players with a calendar. That's how slow they are. These players are much faster. And this is what it looks like. Excuse me. This is the slowest female hockey player I've ever worked with. Now, it's going to go in fast motion, and then it's going to go in slow motion. This is how we collected our data. What's the first thing you notice about this hockey player? She brings her skates all the way back to the midline of the body, and she actually is skating as fast as she can. You may not think it. Now, let's count the number of frames it takes for her skate to land and then push off. Toe on, blade flat, outside edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shoulder, hip, knee, toe. She's pushing off. 6 frames. 6 frames of a rather antiquated video machine. Let's watch it again. So she pushes off. She's got a really long recovery. Toe on, blade flat. She's on her outside edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm thinking that she's starting to push off there. So this is evidence right here that a long recovery it's impossible, it cannot make a hockey player fast. Now the premise is this: a lot of power skating instructors will say, that when you have a long recovery, it's better because you have more push-off. In fact, the skating coach for the Phoenix Coyotes has a video on YouTube where he actually demonstrates this and actually thinks this and actually teaches National Hockey League players that this is a faster way of skating. With due respect to that coach, if a National Hockey League player saw that, they would walk off the ice, because National Hockey League players cannot, and any elite player that we are all working with, cannot waste their time with silliness like this. They have way too much time. They need to practice, they need to do off-ice training, they need to recover, they need to eat, they need to do mental preparation, they need to work with the media, they need to take a nap. They cannot waste their time with silly drills like this. Silly drills that literally do not enhance their performance. So again, we saw with this player right here. This is the reason that if you bring your skate back to the midline of the body and try to push off, you're slower, because you cannot push off from here until your skate is underneath your shoulder. How am I doing? Besides calling power skating instructors with some NHL teams silly, how am I doing? Are we doing okay? Good. All right. Now, here's the fastest female player that I've ever worked with. Some of you may have heard of Haley Wickenheiser. Danielle Goujon was much faster than Haley Wickenheiser, so I'll bring this up. So what's the first thing you notice about this hockey player? Widespread. Sorry? She's intense. Yeah, she looks just more intense, doesn't she? Now, here's where we stop it. Okay. First of all, it's clear she has a wider stride. Look where her skate lands. Shoulder hit, knee, toe. Blade flat. 1, 2, 3, and she's pushing off. Watch where her skate lands. Shoulder hit, knee, toe. Toe on. Blade flat. 1, 2, inside edge, and she's pushing off. 3 frames compared to 6 frames. That's the difference. That's at least one of the differences she's fast. That's the biomechanical difference that she's fast. There are other physiological factors for the reason she's fast. One of them was she has a very high vertical jump, so she's very powerful, so she's obviously going to be able to skate faster. But in terms of pure biomechanics, that's the main reason she's faster. She has a wider stride, she has a quicker recovery, and once her blade lands flat, it pushes off quickly.
Dennis Chighisola's The Nature of Our Game ranks with other high-level essays, authored by the likes of Gladwell, Percival, and Coyle. It's an in-depth study of our game, it's about the challenges players face in the heat of battle, and it's about the things that influence the way players need to train, both off and on the ice. Get it now, and be well armed to answer almost any question that arises about our game.
And we're going to do it right now. I'm going to take you through the first 2 rounds of it. It's a core blast. It's a workout that I do very often to get my boot camp group warmed up or to get myself warmed up. We're going to use parts of the core activation package, dynamic stabilizer, and my orange band. So let's get started. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to go 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off. As I said, I'll take you through the first couple of rounds of it, and then it's on for you to take care of it, all right? Let me go ahead and grab this. I'm going to go ahead and set this, get it ready to go. And we're ready to roll. If you guys don't use the soundtrack system to go ahead and train with, you might want to do it. Dynamic stabilizer, let's hook it onto our hips. Let's start with just some simple side steps. So I'm going to go side step. Now this is what I call a release or a simple step. Now the key to this exercise is keep your feet wide. Don't let your feet get close like this. Keep your feet wide, pushing out at the knee. Push out, push out. Just working it back and forth. This is nice, easy, level 1 to get you going. We'll ramp it up on the next round. But you can feel it kicking in your hips. Really going after your hips, kicking it out. Perfect. Got 15 seconds to get into a mountain climber position. Yep. So you're going to go down here now. Now the key is to get your feet wide because you're going wide. If you let your feet get narrow, the band's going to slide off. Alright? Up. Tight. Move it. Keep yourself breathing. Nice and wide. Don't let the knees come together. Keep the butt down. Don't let it rise up. This is going to be a combination of trunk blast and your butt's going to start rocking as well. Meanwhile, your shoulders are working stability as well. Woo! Very good. We're back up. Nice thing about it is, we're going to take the band off. Now we're going to take the orange band. We're going to hook it around this hand, around this hand. We're gonna take it up over top. All we want to do is pull it apart a little bit to set our shoulder blades. So now, as our body or upper body swings left and right, our trunk has to get engaged from the top down. You'll feel it. Just keep a little tension on the band. Woo. It's the same step action. Keep rocking it. Let's go. All the way through. Very nice. Stay with it. Yeah, you got it. We're going to take it, lock it in. Now, if doubling it is too tough, all you got to do, wrap it, maybe a second time, drop down, up. Now, we overload at the trunk, and we're still making the hips work. And keeping that band wide. I like touching my foot. If you don't touch your foot, it gets a little tougher. Oh! Ah. Nice job. Keep pushing it out. Ah! Woo. Come on, back up. All right, now we're gonna take this. Make sure this is in place. Wrap it, wrap it. Now we're gonna work jumping. So let's lock it up. I want big jumps. Now you're actually trying to cover more ground. Now don't let the arms swing. Just lock the band in. What I'm trying to do here is set the scapula so my hips have to work more aggressively. If my upper body is locked in, keeps my shoulders calm, and I really gotta work my hips. Woo! Keep it going. Very nice. All right, we're back down. We're doubling up this time. All right, doubling up. Going down. Lock it onto your low back. Notice it's on my low back, not on my shoulder blades. Up. Now. Tight. Tight. Don't go down real far. Just move. You gotta come forward a little bit. Ah. Really tight. Ah. Nice job. Keep the breathing going. Woo. Let's go one more round. One more round. No band on this. No orange band. We're going drop squats. So right here. Keep together. Drop it out. Ah. Don't let your feet get any closer than 12 inches. Drop it down. Come on, last round. Let's go. Rock them out. Very nice. Finish it. Oh, messed up on that last one. Finish them up now. No band. We're going speed, mountain climbers. I want wide feet, and we're pumping it. We're pumping it. We're up. We're starting here. Switch them. Light toes. Keep the band wide so your hips have to activate. Woo! Come on. Finish strong. Woo. You'd be amazed at what an orange band and a simple dynamic stabilizer will do to jack up your core. That's why we call it the core activation package. Comes with Dynamic stabilizer, orange, red, black. Hope you enjoyed the workout. I know I did. We'll talk to you.
Hello and welcome to Talking Hockey with John and Howie. Here to bring you the latest on what's going on around the NHL. Howie, how you doing?
Good, good, good.
All right. It's playoff time.
That it is. That it is.
Yep.
Season 2, technically.
Yeah. So we're going to bring you our predictions for the first round, and here we go. We'll just start right off, okay? In the Atlantic, we have Tampa Bay versus New Jersey and Boston versus Toronto. I am taking I'm taking Tampa Bay in 4. And then for Boston and Toronto, I'm taking Toronto in 7.
I have Tampa Bay winning in that series against New Jersey in 5 games, and Boston over Toronto in 6.
Wow. Over in the Metropolitan, we have Washington and Columbus and Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. I'm taking Washington in 5 and Pittsburgh in 4.
Between Washington and Columbus, I'd like to see Columbus win it, but I don't think they will. I'm going to go with Washington in 6 and Pittsburgh over Philadelphia also in 6. Jumping over to the West in the Central Division, we have Nashville playing Colorado, Winnipeg playing Minnesota. For that series, I have Nashville over Colorado in 6 games. And I hope I'm wrong, but I have Winnipeg over Minnesota in 6 games.
That is, I am shocked over that. For Nashville, Colorado, I have Nashville sweeping that series in 4. And between Winnipeg and Minnesota, I am taking your Wild in 6.
I hope you're right.
I hope so too.
Hopping over to the Pacific Division, we have the Vegas Golden Knights versus your Los Angeles Kings, and Anaheim Ducks versus San Jose Sharks. I am going to go with Vegas pulling it out in 7 games over the Kings, and Anaheim beating San Jose in 6.
Wow. For me, Vegas versus LA. I have LA winning in 7, and that's a really hopeful, tough 7. And between Anaheim and San Jose, I have San Jose in 6. So there you have our first round picks.
If you want to see our full picks,
That's right.
listen over to at the puckdropshere.com, and you'll get our full picks to see who we actually picked for the Stanley Cup.
That's right. And until next time, we'll see you right here on the Talking Hockey with John and Howie. We bid you all adieu.
Adieu.
This programming is brought to you by Local Video Marketing.